What's up, you guys? It's Bus Drive Doing 6, and today we're going to react to another video. Today we're going to focus on the Freightliner Thomas, the Thomas FF65s, FS65s. We're going to have to go really slow because the reason is gotta be due to being really slow. Anyways, we're gonna go into the Freightliners FF65. FS65, which are kind of means like Freightliner or somewhat of the chassis. Okay, let's look at the first one. 664, which is a 2000. I think they're mostly around 2001. A 2001 FS. You know, I'm not gonna say the year because they're kind of mixed with other brand. Depends. It's gonna be mixed. So I apologize if I don't mistaken the year because yeah, there's multiple more years than the Thomas FS65s, but it does have storage. There's another side of the bus 664, another same bus, but in the you can see the hood. You can see the colors is more like yellow gold looking bus. Yeah, I guess it's the style of buses, but here's 7-Eleven. Remind of the 7-Eleven gas station. And that Thomas FS65s. And another bus, there is 774. That is in Thomas FS65s. I'm gonna have to go really slow because I'm not trying to mistake in the name. 785, which will be a Thomas FS65. I believe they could be 2001 or 2003, depends on the look of the windows. So I think if they had the other window part, it would be a 2001. So this was probably a 2003, I believe. I believe so. So I can tell the difference, I think, maybe. And that should be 786, a 2003. Thomas FS65s. Now next door is another those little charter buses. 774. And there's one of the other Thomas FS65s. Right next to it, see, and a Minotaur, maybe. And there's a lot of buses for that. 714, and it is another Thomas FS65 at 2001. Because you could tell because of this part right here. Because you could tell it was a 2001. Because I think they made those for some reason, which is kind of weird for them to make those buses. And there's another 1047, a 2001 FS65s. It's kind of weird to have these model years and these weird circumstances. 4924, that would be a 2001 FS65s. Yeah, they were in weird number ways, so that's quite strange. But whatever. It is whatever. 3570 and 2001 Thomas FS65s. Next to it, another FF65 with the not with the black tinted windows, without black tinted windows, which is pretty, you know, like that. But 4931, that could be a 2001. I don't know what year this one is, but this was a pretty it's kind of different between, because you can tell there's differences between this bus and that bus behind. The difference of this bus is pretty short because they have shorter windows and they have a shorter chassis. And this chassis right next to it is more longer and more fitting. So this could be a 2003 or even newer. So not sure. Not sure what year is that one. It could be a 2002. Could be a 2001, I believe. But the older chassis, but it could be a 2002. I'm not sure. It's not confirmed. And here is 1532, and that would be a 2000. That could be a 2000, and I believe this one's probably different than the others. Probably a 2000. Let me guess, 2003 or 4 Thomas FF65s. Where it goes, it doesn't show what year it's reconfirmed for the max, so that kind of sucks more. So that's gonna be confusing. 0564, another FF65, and another FF65 right on the other side too. This one's a 2001. That's probably another 2001. What a coincidence. Here's 4979, a Thomas FS65, a shorty one, and then there's a Corbeil next to it, which I believe they probably might have faded design cover code, which is pretty sucks. I think I did a last one, and it was painful just to see them fade so soon. 1061, and that is a Thomas FS65. It's a charter. Under charter. It's under a charter thing, because, of course, that's a 2001, I believe. I'm not sure. And there's also 1513. That, oh my gosh, look at the paint job. Bro, you can't judge with the paint job. Is it just me, or does this have a new paint job? I have questions about this bus. And this one is a 2001 without warning lights. It does have red lights, but no warning lights with storage. Come on! Someone did a rejob on the Thomas FS65 with a new paint job. Let me comment below what is it. But here's another 2000 and probably a 2003 or 4 Thomas FS65, and that's 4509. Jeez. And bruh, yo, what is with the CE reflected tape? Yo, what the heck? Yo, is this kind of weird? Is it just weird, or does this bus look sus? Cause look at the reflected tape. It's like a C. Oh my gosh. Why is the reflected tape like a CE? Why does it look like a CE reflected tape? Like, bro, what the heck? It also doesn't have warning lights, by the way. So that's quite weird. But also that's quite weird. And there's another one. 4510, a 2003, I guess, Corbeil International with the no black tinted windows. It's so freaking weird. Look at the tinted windows. Well, not besides the tinted window, but I mean the reflected tape. The reflected tape is like straight up CE. Who decided to put ICCE's reflected tape on a Thomas FF65? That doesn't make any freaking sense. Man, what the heck? Okay, 4518. Okay, at least it's not something like an CE FF65 mix. It kind of makes it frustrating. And it's a 2001 with the no warning lights. It's just red lights, which is pretty annoying. And here's another Thomas FF65 2001. Just, you know, not really really, really insane. Nothing really insane. Like, I'm surprised this bus actually doesn't fade that much, as you might think. Like, it kind of gets its paint job. It kind of still has probably like its paint job, but you can't tell the difference between a faded bus and this bus. Like they actually kind of look like they have the same paint job from the 2000s. Okay, 5656. That would be a FF65 2001. Right next to it is a another FF65. Right next to it, another bus FF65 right there. Right next to it. Must be snowing back then. Okay, I'm gonna see and convert. Oh, actually, it's kind of insane. Look at that. They do. It's 2016, 957, which is actually a 2001 Corvette. Not Corvette. I mean a Corvette. A Thomas FS65. Well, unfortunately, this bus is not really faded. Well, actually, you can tell it's actually starting to fade a little slowly fading. Because look at the paint. There's the paint job, and look at the whole body. It's like starting to fade, slowly fading. Well, it's not completely insanely fading, but it's still intact with the color, unless I'm just hallucinating, or I have no idea. Is it fading? So you can't tell the difference between the 2000s and present day. Oh, here's 1889, and that would be a 2001 or 2003 Thomas FS65, but I think they're mostly called Freightliner FS65s, which you can tell by the hood, because it's a Freightliner. It's shared from the Freightliner chassis, but you don't see a bunch of Thomas logos on the bus unless you look inside the bus. Well, it is still a Freightliner, you know. And then next to it is a 2016 Bluebird Vision and a ICCE Shorty. And that one is a propane, and that's a diesel behind it too, because Thomas C2s don't even deal with the gasoline yet. Didn't deal with the gasoline till now. Yeah, I believe so. 4915, and it is a Thomas FS65. Next behind it is a C2 and another Thomas FF65s. And let's get into more of these topics again. Yay! Okay, I'm gonna stop being retarded. Okay, we are gonna look at 4977, 2001 Thomas FS65s. Right next behind it is a CE. Is a CE. Of course. And here's 4934. And that would be a Thomas FS65s. Next to it is a Bluebird. Next to it is a Bluebird. I don't know what it looks like, but it's unknown. Unconfirmed. And 4939. And that would be a 2001 Thomas FS65s. Yeah, nowadays FF65s are mostly rare in Canada, since it is in the past. Well, if you look in 5 years or more, you probably would get familiar with this FF65. But nowadays, they're history. They're not history. 781, and that would be a 2003 Corvette entering a Corvette. It's a Thomas FS65s with another Thomas FS65, but it's a 2001, which is pretty older. Yeah, there's a lot of old ones too, but anyways, let's continue as we try to finish the video. 1055. a 2001 FS65. But the weirdest thing in this bus, the weirdest thing about the 2001, look at the tinted windows. The front tinted windows are black, but the rest of them are not, which is kind of weird. As you might say, it's quite weird to see them like not fitting in with the other, which is pretty weird. I believe so. That is quite weird. If you guys agree, never mind. You know what? Never mind. I'm not gonna say it. Those are gonna Force 740 is a 2001. A 2001 Thomas FF65. Look at all the rust. I didn't notice about the rust. Look how much rust is in this bus. Even the past 13 years, it's starting to get slowly getting rust on the bumper, which kind of sucks for Thomas's, since they actually offer running on the roads for a while. And this 603, and that would be a 2003 Thomas FS65 with a handicap. I think you might see what I mean. 3564, and that is a 2001 Thomas FS65s, which that's not pretty, nothing new. They're just the same thing over and over. Thomas FS65 2003. Those are not pretty extreme. 1048. That would be a 2001 Corvette International. And I don't mean a Corvette International at the end, Thomas FS65. Even though we did a Corvette International last week, I'm still thinking about that name too much. So I apologize if I say it too wrong. Okay, here's a 2001 Thomas FS65. Right next to it is a Corvette International. And right on the side of it, there are two CEs. Two CEs. Right, parked right next to it. You can see it kind of still has the paint job. Like, you know, the new paint job from 2001. It's hard to tell nowadays, but yeah, it's hard to tell if you're looking at nowadays. 4914. That would be a 2001 Thomas FS65. Which those are pretty old. And you can actually tell they actually have a plug-in battery of the vehicle. Which I guess you could tell it's getting older or getting old as time goes by. Yeah, you know what happens when time goes by. It's more difficult. You have to always plug it in a lot. I think it's 9. Is it 98? No, 4987. That would be a 2001, 2003 Thomas FF65s. Jeez. I'm sick of her saying that over and over again. It's pretty boring. 778 is a Thomas FF65. Another of them, 766. And right next to it is a CE. And some other buses right there. And that it would be a 2001, 2003. You can't tell the difference between 2003s and stuff. Did I skip one? Did I skip one of the buses? I should not. Like, I shouldn't had. Okay, 791. And that would be a 2001 Thomas FS65. Why did I do that? I didn't mean to do that. That's on purpose. I did it on purpose. That was an accident. 790. 2003 Thomas FF65s. Okay, now we get another view. Okay, we got another bus. 603. It's the same bus that we had the last couple time. We got a 2003 Thomas FS65 in the handicap. But the weirdest thing about the handicap is there's like a bus window pointing right at the door. Like, they don't have a big, I think back then they didn't have those big circle ones. They just used like a school bus window for the little hole. So I guess that's a special needs handicapped school bus. Right next to it is a CE 200 with a VT 365. 2005, I believe. I think so. And here's a 2000 and pretty much a 2000 and 2000 and 2000, that'd be 2001 FF65 712, and right next to it is a 2012 or 13 Thomas C2. Right next to it, you gotta tell because of the number digit. Okay, wait, I guess. Okay, let's go take a look. Let's see what we gotta do, what we gotta do, what you 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 boy. I'm tired right now. 703. An FS Thomas FS65s and another Thomas FS65. It's starting to get annoying. 5906, which it definitely is from Century. Definitely from Century. A 2001 Thomas FS65, and it's from Ontario, which that's where Century Bus Transportation has been located. And the C2 is right there. I think these are probably from Southland, used to be from Southland Transportation. But they had to rename to Century since they probably like partnershiped with those transportations, with the 6 transportations, like other transportations, like you see on the board on the book card, like McCloskley Transportation, Priory's Bus Lines, Southland Transportation, which is the main company, Standard Bus Transportation, Montgomery Bus Lines, and you name it, Coley Bus Lines like this, which I did do a bunch of videos of the gallery video of my Coley buses, but unfortunately we kind of don't have a lot of. We don't have since I think my since someone quit the job, I didn't able to go straight to Coley bus lines and make pictures or send a bunch of new gallery pictures for the Coley bus lines, which nowadays I'm focusing on selling student transportation because it's mostly iconic because they've been grown up driving on their buses when I was only in grade 2. So I think I go on the Coley bus line buses when I was in grade 5 to pretty much to 9. 5th grade to 9th grade, which only lasted probably for a while, but that's a pretty fact, which is pretty interesting. 783, and that is a 2003. I believe a 2003, and probably an all new 2003 Thomas FS65. Those are pretty. I think they would be pretty new if they were purchased that year. Well, that's pretty cool night. In 2013, here's another Thomas FS65 4530 in the dark. Huh. At least it looks good in the dark. But is it Ontario or is it Canada? I can't tell. Can't nearly tell. But it still could be in Southland Transportation. Okay, 794, a 2003 Thomas FS65, 2012, which is not bad. Here's another one of their 2001 FS65s, and those are actually like normal tinted windows, not the black ones, but they don't have warning lights. Next to us is a GMC. And this one's probably Montgomery. Okay, this time this one is actually from Montgomery bus lines, which that was one of the safety home transportations right here, Montgomery bus lines. It's kind of odd because it's kind of weird because they've never been founded yet until like next year, until they officially announced they would have these buses. And then they started being teamed up, and each transportation get their own bonus buses, including Southland will get their own buses nowadays. Then nowadays they just go bus by bus. Like sometimes they actually change transportations and transportation by transportation. It's pretty annoying, but it is whatever. And there's 4512, a 2001 Thomas FS65 without warning lights. So that's red lights. Okay, we're just about almost done the thing. I'm just trying to be done before I go to 996, and that would be a 2001 FS65, and that would be a one of the charter buses in charter mode. Charter mode has been activated. Just kidding. Okay, 4939. It's a 2003 Thomas FS65 with all the rust on the bumper, which just gives me a more frustrating moment. 3966, a Thomas FS65. Right next to another FS65 and another FS65. It's a apocalypse of FS65s. Why? Oh my gosh. Okay, 2 more to go. Finally. 6:30. Me waking up at 6:30 in the morning. I'm just kidding. I'll stop being annoying. And that would be a 2001 FS65 and another FS65 right behind in a Corvette International. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get killed. 792, it's the 2003 Corvette. No, not Corvette. Not a Corvette. I'm not serious with the Corvette buses. That is the 2003 Thomas FF65 with another Thomas FF65. Or is it not? Probably a C60. Because you can tell what's about the hood. Anyways, if we're finally done, we can end the video. I don't have to repeat the FF65 words over and over again. It's a nightmare. But if you guys are new, please smack that like and hit the bell to notification. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.